BalloonBoy coming out, but still the legend of old, but the meta of new in the super strength stance. On the other side of things, Ryze is just going to be locking on the speed. Sidra Ryze slowly has been making his name for himself in the 1v1 space, as well as the 2v2 space, where he's done really well with his partner in Soul. We've seen this matchup a lot in 2v2s actually, where you'll see BalloonBoy and Ryze in a clutch situation, and usually BalloonBoy comes out on top of that. The last time they fought, I think that Ryze had some game wins over that, but in the 1v1 space at least, it's been 3-0 in BalloonBoy's favor.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised also to see that, you know, if I saw the Linfei picture, and maybe that's probably their highest legend as far as like level, but this will be the perfect time to be trying some Linfei, seeing that, you know, Katars are back, right? But you know, if you believe that hard in the Sidra, I also believe in the Sidra is one of my favorite characters in this game, so I have no issue seeing her on my screen. Let's get into it on our first game. So far, have not been able to get a hit by BalloonBoy until just right there. Finally finds that little two-piece.
Yeah, and the BalloonBoy blasters, I think Impala was talking about how strong blasters are, and Katars as well, so I mean, it's a pretty obvious evolution to be picking this up, and the recovery comes out from BalloonBoy. Ryze going for a big Hail Mary ground pound. I like that about Ryze. He's willing to kind of go for those aggressive options and check you. If you're asleep at the wheel, Ryze will take your stock and he'll get a freebie almost every game. So BalloonBoy will have to be on his P's and Q's to not give up those stocks to Ryze. BalloonBoy now in a great ledge trap situation, landing with the down air and gets caught with the side light into a recovery, but that didn't KO. Even with the super strength, with that signature will connect. Not enough to KO. Still will disarm though.
Yeah, that recovery too was more of a read than anything. That definitely was not guaranteed. Oh my gosh, okay. Just swapped straight over. We're talking about the Katars, but he hasn't even really needed them. We still know BalloonBoy for those blasters is going to swap over to the Katars this time. That first stock with all blasters into a Katar Sig, and almost got that stock a little earlier before that. Might not have even needed the Katar Sig. Oh! Okay, going big for it. That might pay dearly. No, the early recovery is going to get him out until we put ourselves, try to get a little too over-aggressive. Ryze with the great punish there. GCD light into the recovery way high up. Good stuff.
Quite an interesting showing so far because it's so incredibly close. I mean, BalloonBoy pushing his advantage a little bit too much. Ryze immediately punishing it, dodging the down air there. BalloonBoy trying to flip it with a big down air. Recovery comes out. Even with the sweat beads, able to make it back. Ensig for Ryze now as BalloonBoy puts himself in a precarious situation. We'll get back with the Katar recovery. And a lightning side air from Ryze is all he'll get as compensation for that big mistake from BalloonBoy. Side light, D-light recovery. BalloonBoy back on his business, controlling the corner from Ryze. As you have to utilize that soft platform, you switch roles, but BalloonBoy gets right back to center stage and continues to do a big offensive front. The weapon toss isn't enough, not quite. The unarmed downer doesn't connect, but Ryze's reversal sword downer doesn't connect either. BalloonBoy now in a great spot with the ledge trap once again, catching the jump with the downer, will send off stage. The weapon toss into the weapon pickup, D-light, side light waiting, double side light with the GC, Nair doesn't connect, but still BalloonBoy in complete control. GC D-light will get punished by Ryze's GC D-light. Immediate wake up end light. They are scrapping back and forth, and it's really anyone's stock. BalloonBoy with the side air there. Ryze will have to dodge through it in a big signature connection, but it will not KO, and Ryze with an opportunity here on the cannon.
Yeah, I'm surprised that no one's lost that stock in that run. Oh, almost so close to getting that recovery. Still not going to find it. The side air is going to be the one to find the stock. It took a little bit and quite a bit of a scrap, but we do find that stock on the way of BalloonBoy. That doesn't mean that Ryze can't get his one back. He just has to find a weapon real quick. He's looking for it. Finds it. Tries to get a quick pickup right there with the Ensig. BalloonBoy almost running straight into it just a little. If he had held it for a quick second, I think he would have got it. Oh my gosh. Another one. He's finding so much damage off of this, this tried and true combo. Not only does it build the damage, but it will get the KO eventually.
Dash jump cross through side air, something we saw him employ a lot in the winner side versus Meg D, trying to get those air-to-airs working. Down air will come out and force BalloonBoy into a tough spot. GC D-light into Nair, disarmed in the process. Another Nair there.
Oh, I like that. I think he was not in position to go ahead and get it right like immediately, so he had to make sure that BalloonBoy was in the spot, so he either waited for an air dodge or just waited from the jump. Called that out perfectly. The delayed neutral air is going to hit, and now we have a one stock runoff. A little more damage here already on the side of Ryze, so that is going to make it a little easier for BalloonBoy unless he puts himself in a bad position here. Ryze not going to try to go crazy off the stage. Good, smart, and great for him to be patient there.
The down air from Ryze, just trying to catch BalloonBoy hovering towards the wall, but Ryze really hasn't been deserved, or isn't really earning his big open ups. Another down air as BalloonBoy burns the dodge on a gravity cancel, doesn't capitalize in any meaningful way. The very meaty hitbox of that side light into an end light. No KO confirmed though. Side light waiting. Ryze dodging downwards, trying to get out of dodge for that recovery that's soon to come for sure. Whether it's on the Katars, whether it's on the blasters, end light coming out. End light. The response from Ryze is definitely heard right now by the ears of BalloonBoy, avoiding that end light, but gets another one anyway. avoids the side sig, another end light. Ryze, 5 unanswered end lights. The damage is building, the damage is there, and BalloonBoy trying to make something happen, can't get the KO to stick, and now it's a scramble here. Nair will set up a juggle, the weapon getting thrown away by BalloonBoy, but he picks it up in the end, goes for the recovery, doesn't get it. Ryze with the whip punish, side air doesn't get it either. Nair sends off stage, both of them unarmed, a scramble for the weapon. Ryze will win out with a cannon side air, but it's not enough to KO, and he needs a little bit more here, and somehow BalloonBoy holds on unarmed, and a weapon lands in his hands, and it's a D-light into a side air, and Ryze put on an amazing last 30 seconds, but BalloonBoy is just too clutch in that spot.
That was Odin's blessing for sure, bro. Like they was like, you need to win this game. Take these blasters, my son. Like I need you to have these right now. And yeah, immediately as they show up, yeah, that was fire right there. Waited for the dodge, make sure he knew he's where to go, where to line that up. Found the perfect spot for it. Yeah, just straight up gave him the guns. Go ahead and let him finish that one. But yeah, as you said, last 30 seconds all on Ryze, was really close to taking that. I'm surprised that side light. If he was a little close to the right side, that probably would have just ended the game right there. But just, you know, need about probably 10 more damage to go ahead and get that past the blast zone. So if I'm him, I'm feeling confident though. That was a very close game, and you got that against number 2 on the PR right now. So
and your mid-season champion.
Ooh, yep.
I saw that dodge too, and he got a side light. I was like, oh, it's over, but Ryze just unable to really get that last finishing hit here. BalloonBoy with the side light there, gets reversaled with the down air. That's going to break the weapon. GC's side light, and Ryze takes that loss in stride, comes out of the gates with his first stock lead of the set. That's a first strike, and a confident one at that. And honestly, it looks completely different. I mean, this is a Ryze that is just coming out with full confidence, holding forward on both weapons. And BalloonBoy was definitely struggling at the end of the last game, and it's bleeding into this one now. They say the most dangerous times is right after you score a goal, the other team will rally with momentum, and you're seeing this right now as BalloonBoy is struggling to answer back to this Ryze momentum.
Yeah, this is, I mean, again, as I said, like, I hope he wasn't, like, discouraging you. You lost the first game, but obviously one of the things that Walt said earlier, too, is, like, a lot of these players just have really good mentality. So I'm sure he saw how close that game was and was like, man, if it's that close, I can definitely make it happen. And he's doing it right now. Tries to get a bigger chase down right there on the side. That's maybe a little more, a bit off, a little more than he can chew. Is going to make it back to the stage, though.
Yeah, whiff punish, that's good. And not enough to KO, though, and a tricky GC signature. It won't KO, unfortunately, for BalloonBoy, and I feel like kind of earned finally a GC side sig will scoop and KO off the top, or connect and KO off the top. And now Ryze, with a lot of extra credit to rely on, can't get too complacent though, because BalloonBoy can easily bring this back into damage. Yeah, I mean, just, as you said about the you know, the other team scores and rallies, I mean, I feel like sometimes that matters about the points too. Like, I understand you probably think the points are really about are really close because you already have so much damage, but you still have to get that last hit. Oh yeah,
so,
for sure.
Don't get complacent on, oh, I can just swing anything, it's going to happen. Does find a nice little stare there. Now, how can he put this away? Oh, okay, side light.
Second one this game, and it's worth both times that Rinse repeating that situation. An awkward end sig there as that goes the wrong direction.
Yeah, I wonder, he must have been thinking that the BalloonBoy is going to try to dash to him, but I don't think BalloonBoy's really gave that up too much. Still, does find the down light there to go ahead and keep this lead well into his favor. Doesn't have that much damage on him either, but now the guitar in hand, that definitely can change things up. Oh, nice. With a deep downer. That's the weapon toss. Ryze with one opportunity here will have to throw the weapon up, recover unarmed, pick up the cannon, and then side air back to the wall. A very classic way to get a little bit more out of your movement, but BalloonBoy meets him with the signature, and that is just a destructive way to take a stock. And all of a sudden, all that momentum, and it's been squandered because BalloonBoy is coming back, and he's coming back fast. Yeah, I mean, he's like, you know what, let me go ahead and get back to my try and true blasters right there. And what a spot to put all that to. That down air under the stage, no one is going to be super hard. Just put a very, very active hitbox where you think you need to recover, and that worked out for him perfectly. Now, BalloonBoy, though, unfortunately, still getting the beats right here on the left side. Does manage to make it back to the middle of the stage, but it is a little, I mean, the damage is definitely racked straight. Oh, the down air. That's the nail, man. That's a clutch down air to find for Ryze. I love that it was a down air, and it was a controlled one at that. A move that you can throw out and not get punished dearly for it. It's easy for Ryze in that position to start throwing out these Hail Marys, ground pounds, slide charge signatures, you know, crazy options, but there's just something simple, and I think that can definitely reaffirm the confidence that he is in this set and has chances. Damn, man, that down there just kind of just drifted into it. It didn't even feel like he was going to go over there. Yeah, that's because he was just in the skies, and you know, more often than not, you're probably expecting someone to set up like a edge guard situation. But he's like, actually, let me just drift off the stage, drop this down there real quick. Worked out. Now we're into a game 3. BalloonBoy, Ryze, both 1 point on the board. Shades of greatness from both sides, though, so this is definitely a quality set. Oh, what a pickup. Incredibly early. Another side air there.
Having to land in the face of BalloonBoy's blasters is a task that very few have succeeded in any meaningful way, and there Ryze won't find the answer.
Did he even get a hit?
He did. He got maybe a weapon toss, I think. Like, I know he's a slight yellow tinge there, but it's not enough to really mean much. BalloonBoy catches 2 dodges, and your stock's gone.
The bro said, "No, this is eggshell white. Like, it's different." Like, I did something. I swear. That is unfortunate start right here for Ryze, but I was kind of expecting to see this kind of back and forth between them right now. BalloonBoy looking like he's getting a little more momentum, though, starting to pull away. I like the idea there from Ryze, but oh, that down air.
GC sidelight puts you in a bad spot. No dodge. BalloonBoy just gets out of dodge there and wants to hold the wall, especially because Ryze is going to have to start throwing out some haphazard options there, especially when you have the exclamation points. Avoiding as much as possible. Side air from Ryze, sliding off with that N-sig. Doesn't find a GC sidelight from Ryze. He's really trying to make something stick. Sidelight, chase dodge through sidelight. No follow-up. N-light finally connects to meaningfully hit BalloonBoy. The downer does not connect, but BalloonBoy flips it with an unarmed downer. Catches another one on the weapon pickup, and Ryze will get the down air in the end, and BalloonBoy had an opportunity. And exactly read what Ryze did in the previous game, where he did a weapon toss up, unarmed recovery, pick up the cannon, side air to the wall. BalloonBoy intercepted on the weapon toss, beat out the recovery, just didn't have enough force behind the moves to really mean anything. Yeah. Really good stuff from BalloonBoy, though.
I think also, though, I mean, he had missed that sidelight. And I think if that sidelight hit, it might have still just put him in a great position to be able to at least get a very easy edge guard, though. So I think he had to delay it a little bit. Regardless, though, I love the idea. Just wasn't able to fully execute on it, but I mean, just know the prowess that BalloonBoy has off of the stage, bro. I would definitely be a little more wary of that if I was Ryze right now. So good down there to hit yet one more time. Ryze finds his own down there. Oh, the bounce into the neutral stick. Very nice.
The Kraken makes a return there for Ryze. The signature finally connecting in a way that's meaningful. And that's scary for sure when you're in game number 3 and your opponent starts to get their signatures in order and starts to get the hits that they've been fishing for this entire time. A D-light into recovery, and Ryze gets 2 N-sigs and does not let up. Last stock for BalloonBoy in game 3. Ryze looking to take the set advantage and eliminate the mid-season champion at 4th place.
Dude, this is absolutely insane the way this could be going. We already lost our our number 1 PR at 9th, and now we might lose our mid-season champion at 4th, bro. The results are going to be shambolic right now, but here we go.
Oh no, the dodge gets burned down. Ryze with the ground pound. BalloonBoy tries to scoop with the blaster's recovery. He gets sweat beads out in time, and Ryze also winds up a second ground pound. Sidelight into the corner. BalloonBoy burns his dodge, tries to bait an option. The ground pound does not connect on the recovery. The down air will on Ryze's recovery, and BalloonBoy forces last stock. That was 4 ground pounds from Ryze, each one of them punished in its own way, and finally the last being a lethal punish. Interesting to see what the idea is there of Ryze is just in control of this game.
Yeah, maybe he's got the confidence right now. He should have the confidence. He's definitely one downlight recovery away from going ahead and take this. He might even be downlight Sarah away if he can find it right here at this ledge. Oh, trying to go for a sig instead. Okay, and light's gonna hit one more time. Keeping the sword in hand, understandable. Definitely much easier for you to try to find that finisher on the sword. There it is. Quick with it. Downlight Sair. And I was like, it's going to be one of these options. Downlight Sair, downlight recovery. He saw exactly where he was at. Picked the right option to get him past that blast. So now 2-1. Ryze might put out our mid-season champion. Uh-oh. Yeah, right there. Had he delayed just a little bit, he would have definitely caught that jump. So could have turned this whole game around. But unfortunately, that's not what happened. And now we are into our next game. And I'm seeing on my screen a swap. We have put the Katars away and brought out the bow. Diana is on the screen.
Diana is on the screen. It's not going to be the Mega Man. It's not going to be the Zarya, and it will not be the Lucian. It's going to have to be this. We don't see a Caspian either. That was seen a lot in EU. If you wanted to keep the Katars, Ember very pickable in this spot. You got a lot of legends, but it'll be BalloonBoy leaning back to what he knows best. The Diana, the N-sig into the wall there for Ryze. BalloonBoy inviting the offstage interaction, taking the N-sig, then swinging with a cider of his own. Last time we saw this Diana was versus Meg D, where he fell into the elimination side of the bracket since Guichibui's been playing only the Lucian, and now it's going to make a return again when he needs it the most. Back against the wall, the anchor comes out, a GC downlight, and that does not work out. I'm not exactly sure what BalloonBoy had in mind, but it ends up being a disaster anyway. Ryze getting gifted a stock from BalloonBoy, and BalloonBoy is 2 stocks away from being eliminated at 4th place.
I mean, a recovery there for sure, but like the G's, he must have thought he was going to drop way lower than he actually did off that off his own GC, but that's just not going to happen. Doesn't seem to matter too much though. BalloonBoy is going to go ahead and get right back into the game. Took pretty much no damage there, but I mean, I'm still like, that was an idea. That's all I can say. Luckily though, confident enough and in his gameplay to be able to get that back, even if for a wild swing. This one going so back and forth though. Finds a little 5-piece right there. Jeez.
So much damage built there, and that's exactly what BalloonBoy needs to find the confidence in the blasters once again. The weapon that has been so much for him ever since that Mega Man swap from the Zariel that we've known and loved since the beginning of his time in the spotlight here in Brawlhalla Esports. A lot of dash jumps through. GCD light into side air will connect and disarm Ryze in the process. BalloonBoy looking for the recovery, doesn't get it there. The Nair comes out as well.
Ooh, big movement right there, BalloonBoy. Okay, does get back to the stage, see if he can hold this for a little bit. Oh, the great air dodge into the gravity cancel downlight. That's how you do it right there. Make sure you go ahead and confirm that you actually got that dodge first, but now... Oh, this is bad.
That's really bad. The down air sent so far off stage. No weapon toss from Ryze. Is he just able to get it with a down air? And BalloonBoy on potentially his last stock right here and right now. He needs to pull out all... He can't pull the punches. It needs to be right here, right now. He needs the knockout blow. He needs to go into his bag of tricks and make something happen because Ryze is one stock away from moving on into the top 3 to face Anonymous Alex. And BalloonBoy might just be eliminated here. Ground Pound comes out, avoids it with the recovery. The Nair comes out as well to whiff punish. And Ryze with a stock lead looks to make it matter this time. A lot of damage build of extra credit. Side air comes out, down air from Ryze. BalloonBoy trying to swing back with a side air, trying to make something happen here. A rebuttal of any kind of response is what we need. An unarmed Nair will be the only response BalloonBoy gets, and he needs to find the KO on a bow as the cannon pushes you down into the corner. The ground pound, he fully commits to it. He wanted the set to end right there, but BalloonBoy is too poised to make it happen in that fashion.
Dude, BalloonBoy is, struggling to find a hit. Had to do it unarmed. It's not very uncharacteristic for BalloonBoy to be struggling to find that last hit, but he does find it right there. Now, maybe he can rack up a little damage, or will he even get a chance? Off on the side one more time. Ryze definitely got control of the stage right now. Tries to find a neutral layer. Doesn't find it.
Wait a minute.
Ooh, 3-piece. Okay, down here is going to hit him, push him back off the stage. Can we get something off of this?
He's going to need to make it happen here. A landing side air from BalloonBoy. A side light goes the wrong direction, but the Nair punishes BalloonBoy's high side air, and Ryze swaps to the sword, the consistency weapon. He's found most of his KOs, if not all of them, on this sword. The D-light, so wishful. The dodge gets beat out by the side air. One hit away, a GC sidelight. BalloonBoy stalls. The exhausted recovery makes it back there, and that could be a disastrous moment as the down stick comes out. BalloonBoy gets all the stage. Another down air, a triple down air, a weapon toss, and BalloonBoy steals the game away, and that's exactly what I was worried about. Ryze was going to go for a Hail Mary option, and BalloonBoy would destroy him for it, and now we go to game 5.
That game was Ryze's to win for sure, and he said, actually, BalloonBoy, I'd like another, please. Please give me another game, BalloonBoy. You know he can find those down there. He's on his weapon. Found those perfectly. A third one right there, just seals it away with the weapon toss and just walks away, you know. Hands clean, explosion behind you, action movie. Here we are in the game 5.
And we've seen this so many times where you are one hit away from winning the set into game 4, and game 5 you get absolutely destroyed. And if I'm BalloonBoy, I'm leaning into that trope heavily. I'm saying I'm bringing all that momentum, I'm bringing all that fire, and I will not be put out at 4th place right here, right now. Ryze will have to shake that one off and try to do it one more time. And a slide charge N-Sig, but gets it down air anyway. BalloonBoy fighting back with a side air. The down air does not connect, so we both make it back. Side light waiting for the dodge with his N-light. D-light, side light, Nair, recovery off the weapon toss, and BalloonBoy blows this set open.
Yo. Hold on, man, because I feel like the plays that Ryze wants to make, BalloonBoy is making. Like, that's I keep seeing these wild swings from Ryze, but BalloonBoy's wild swings or crazy finesse plays are actually hitting right there. What a combo. A good down ground pound. Finally gets one. I mean, he sent like 19 of them. We finally will get one eventually, but that was going to be a good one to get him back into this game at the very least. Oh, my gosh.
And they gotta shake that one off. I mean, I can't even shake off what just happened. And yet they're here, 2 stocks apiece. Game 5 elimination side for 4th place right here, right now. Ryze, the opportunity to upset the midseason champion at 4th place. BalloonBoy looking to get another win under his belt right here as Markimu gets eliminated at 9th place. The storyline, the red carpet is rolled out seemingly for the midseason champion, but Ryze is causing so many troubles right now. The down air for BalloonBoy, using that soft platform as a way to reset the resources and try to find a scoop the N-light from Ryze, and those N-lights have made him a lot of money in this set so far. I want him to lean back into that.
Yeah, I want to see a lot more of that too as well. Maybe play a little more cautious here on the stage. I mean, you definitely had a way to end this game in a more, I guess safer fashion than the last one, but you went for the Hail Mary and it just did not pay off for you. So this time around, I'd like to not see it. Might not even get a chance though. Easy pickup right there, downlight recovery from BalloonBoy. 1 stock away from completing this set, with him being the victor and going on to the elimination finals. But Ryze, I'm sure he has something that he wants to say about that right now. Nice neutral air. Tries to find another one. Can get the second one. The recovery, not going to get punished. A side air is going to push him back off the stage.
Nice.
Oh. And back to the neutral lights, as you said.
Looking for a down air here. The ground pounds have not been working out. The Nair continues the advantage state for him, so he's not too worried about that, I'm sure. BalloonBoy unarmed Nair, like you're happy to take some damage. You don't want it to be too much, and it's GC D-Light into recovery. And ladies and gentlemen, for 4th place, we got a Game 5 last stock BalloonBoy versus Ryze, and it comes down to this. It's seemingly BalloonBoy set to win and bracket to win, but Ryze has just come from the loser side and made it happen. And BalloonBoy will pick up the weapon there. Ryze trying to go for a weapon starve. The blaster is in the hand of BalloonBoy. The sword for Ryze. The Cider catches BalloonBoy, puts him in the corner. The end light is big. And we're going to see if Ryze has the discipline to believe in himself. The Cider gets beat out by BalloonBoy side air. Side light waiting for a catching of a landing. The end light catches another one. The downer catches the dodge through. The end light. The wait. The patience from BalloonBoy. He sees his prey. He traps him in the corner. And Ryze has to fight back. Gets a cannon. Side light puts BalloonBoy up in the air. The juggle starts, but a D-Light into recovery is not enough. But BalloonBoy knows it. Ryze knows it. He's one hit away.
It's one hit away for sure. If he finds that next D-Light into recovery, you know this game is over. Ryze has not really been able to get too... Oh, went a little wild with that swing. He's not been able to get too much going on. He's got the sword back in hand, though, and as you said, these neutralites have been hitting, but not this time. Has recovered to the stage. Yeah, weapon toss had to create some space, understandably so.
Whoa.
Unarmed side air.
He avoids the recovery there, picks up a cannon, and an opportunity now. The scramble, the D-Light into Nair will not KO, but the GC end light is too clutch. It's the strike. He finds his mark, and he wins Game 5, avoids the weapon toss, and he did not use that option a single time the entire set. But when it mattered the most, just an autopilot weapon toss down to give you some space. The GC end light 45-degree angle clutches the game out, and that's what makes champions. The clutch moments like that, BalloonBoy will not falter in Game 5.
Yeah, not at all, man. Good stuff to BalloonBoy. Finds his way into that Game 5 already off of a crazy, string, or I guess, with it was kind of gifted. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Ryze